Hey there! Here's how we can use some of the tools within Good Shuffle Pro to save you and your team time on their pipe and drape assemblies, especially if you do things like trade show booths. If we scroll down a little bit more, we can see here that I've got the final goal. I'll show you where we're headed to, and then of course I'll show you how we got here along the way. So all I need to do now is I need to go ahead and say how much drape is required for the 3-foot assemblies on the side and the 8-foot backdrop on the back. So all I need to do is just click this little gray box next to each of these assemblies and say I want to add this many panels of black drape for the 3-foot assemblies, and then do the same thing for the 8-foot assembly in the back. So now I can see, if I preview it as a client, they're going to see that they're getting their trade show booth, looks great, and if my team views it from the back end, they'll be able to specifically see how many base plates, uprights, crossbars, and how much drape total is required for each of these different assemblies. Now let's take a look at how some of this was set up. So the first thing that you want to do on your side is make sure that you have all of your base plates, crossbars, individual panels of drape. You have those added in as individual products in your inventory. So for example, the base plate, crossbar, upright, and this drape here, those are all separate items in my inventory in Good Shuffle Pro. What you're going to do next is I'm just going to come up into my inventory, head into my packages, and I'm going to click to add a package. You'd complete all the required fields of putting in the name and the category. What's going to be important here is when we head into the relations field, this is where we're going to add in all of those individual components. So for example, on my 8-foot assembly, I'm going to need 2 base plates, 1 crossbar, and 2 8-foot uprights. You could always customize the recipe or the components required here in the content section. The important thing to keep in mind is contents is where we're going to include everything that will always need to go along with this pipe and drape setup. For things like the drape itself, or if the color may change, what I would suggest is come into accessories here toward the right, and this is where you can add in the different colors of pipe and drape that could go along with this specific assembly. To show you here back on our example project, this is how I was able to select what color of drape I wanted to add per backdrop or per assembly. And of course you can set the quantities here just toward the right hand side. So in this case, let's say I need 3 panels of 8-foot drape per 8-foot backdrop assembly. You could always change it to be whatever you need to for you or the way that your pipe and drape is measured. You could set up the quantity required per assembly here in accessories. The next step is once you've added in both your 3-foot and your 8-foot style of assembly, that's going to make it so easy for your team to customize it on a given order. So to show you how I did that, I'm going to click to add a product, and then I'm going to click to add a custom item/package. So what this is going to allow me to do is add in the name of the item here. And what I would suggest is go and add in the price to be priced by the contents. That way you could automatically charge your client based off of, do they want 2 3-foot and an 8-foot in the back? Do they want 3 8-foot assemblies? It's going to make your life easy in terms of calculating the cost here. The other great thing about adding custom items is if you click the little camera symbol here, this is where you can easily upload or drag and drop an image for the client to see on their photo galleries. This is especially useful if the color of the drape may change either on the sides or on the back, or there may be different combinations. It's going to make it easy just to include whatever arrangement that they want to select as the photo here on their side. Let's go and click Save now. So now that I've added essentially the shell or the skeleton here, I need to add in what sort of assemblies or what sort of arrangements of the pipe and drape are going to be added to this for this event. So to do that, super easy. Just click the 3 dots here, add from your inventory. I'm going to go and search for my assemblies. And let's say in this case, they want 3 8-foot assemblies. They want 3 high walls on all sides. So no trouble. just do 1, 2, and 3, and go and add that. And now we can see that the system is smart enough to add in all of the required base plates, crossbars, uprights, everything is taken care of there. And the last piece of the puzzle is just going to come in here and select what type of drape I want to add for this specific job. One option, of course, is if you don't want the client to see the assemblies or the drape that they're getting or the individual crossbars and so on, just go and select the items, or you can choose the three dots on the right here, and just choose Hide from Contract. That way, again, when we view the quote as a client, they're just going to see they're getting their trade show booth, and again, that price, just to touch on it here, is going to be determined by the price of the assembly. So if your 3 foot's may be a different price than your 8-foot drape, you'll be able to see the price update dynamically. If you have any questions, go and let us know in the chat, and we'll be happy to help. Thanks.